All right, well, I'm with my friend Wilson Kubwayo, founder of WK Social. Yeah, we met through one of my best buddies, Lou Radja, and he's like, you got to meet this young entrepreneur, inspire you, all this
Shout out
stuff.
to Lou Radja.
And sure enough, you did. That was like I guess about a year ago.
Yeah.
Your story is super powerful. You've been in Portland for 7 years, but like, tell us, how did you get here? And I know it's hard to shorten all of that into just a few minutes, but.
Well, I was doing my MBA, I graduated, and I was like, okay, time for a big boy job. And my top cities were San Francisco, LA, or New York.
Okay.
I ended up making it to San Francisco, but then I was like, I had a job offer in Portland, Oregon. I kind of didn't want to take it. So the employer gave me 3 months to consider it.
Okay.
So I was in San Francisco, and one day I just decided to drive up. Is it up or down?
You're driving up, yeah.
I just decided to drive up.
This is really random. In 5th grade, I memorized the U.S. map, like all 50 states and the capitals, upside down. So I get it wrong 100% of the time of up and down.
Why did you do it? Okay. So I decided to drive up. It was like an afternoon, 2 p.m., Golden Bridge, traffic is heavy, and I'm thinking to myself, I want to buy a house, I want to do this and that, and I'm
you can't do that in San Fran.
I'm like looking at the prices, and it's my early career, and I'm like, that's going to take a little bit of long ways to get there. So Portland became a stop. That's what I thought.
Oh, a stop in your journey.
I'm gonna make a quick stop.
And what was the company that you got?
USA Hello. Shout out to Jessica. USA Hello is this online platform. It didn't have like a physical office, but we did have a physical office. And I was working for them before that. It's just that I came here to work with the co-founder, so we can kind of grow it. I was the first employee. It's full-time employee. So I was ready to go. I just didn't think I needed to be in Oregon. In my mind. So I was like, well, you know what? I called her. I was like, I'll accept the job. July 2018, I make the drive. And sure I am. I'm still here 8 years later. And it's kind of interesting. I've learned how to love it. It's amazing. Made the right choice.
So, and then you became a professor at PCC for business, intro to business, when you were 25.
25, 26, 25 going to 26. It's kind of interesting.
Yeah.
I was running some campaigns, doing some marketing stuff. I've always done a lot of marketing, like social media heavy stuff.
Okay.
And there was an opening that said, like, okay, we need somebody to teach social media marketing from someone who's doing it currently. And that's what I've done since 2016. I was a social media manager. So it just kind of matched. I went there and looked at the textbook. It was a little old, and I was like, whoa, I don't even know why we're mentioning MySpace. You know what I mean?
Right.
So how to update a lot of things. And from there, I guess I didn't do too bad of a job. They asked me to teach again, and I just kind of kept up with it on the side. And I enjoy it. I think it gave me the opportunity to put on a learning environment that I didn't have.
Yeah, because most of the time, business professors have like retired from their job, but you're like in it.
Yes, and I like that.
Yeah.
Because I get to
I'm sure
learn.
your students like that too.
I get to learn from students like more than, I think it's a 50-50. It's a co-facilitation of knowledge.
Yeah.
That's what I call it. I don't believe in the idea that I'm sharing so much that they don't know. I think it's more of like, I get to co-facilitate the knowledge and invite students to be knowledge creators with me. In the class. It's a beautiful thing. I wouldn't trade it for anything.
I like that. So one of the things we talked about before doing this video is you wanted to network around and find other Black professionals to network with, and you didn't really find a business space for that, and so you kind of created your own. And I'm of course drawn to other people who create communities. So if you can talk about, which you have a great name for it, and you've been doing it several times a year.
Yeah,
It's called The Mixer.
Yeah,
But
The Mixer, yeah.
tell us about how that started and what it's about. And
Well, I lived on this idea that do not accept the world as given to you, create your own. And that has been passed on to me since I was young, because I grew up very in a hostile environment where it's like we're poor, we don't have a lot of resources. So we kind of have to learn how to navigate the places that we're living. And when I first came here, I was a director at USA Hello. And now I'm thinking to myself, I just graduated with my MBA. I have a lot of practical things that I've learned from school. Now I need to practice them in reality. And people have different perspectives. Like I have great mentors, but I wanted to see myself in others, right? And I remember going on Facebook in the Black Portland group, and I was like, hey, are there networking events, high profile premier networking events for Black professionals? And some people were like, yeah, there's things here and there, but Portland is like what you make it. We're tired of these transplants coming here complaining. Like, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that was really cool, because I was like, oh, wow, you're right. Like, I don't have to accept, I can just create my own experience.
Right. Yeah.
And so that's how it all came about. And we did, the Mixers came about from there.
Cool. And the next one coming up, you're doing a fireside chat with Zanelle, who's a good friend.
Zanelle's in the opening, yeah.
We did a video with her about a month ago. So that's cool. And how do people find out about The Mixer?
I think it's very organic. We don't have a team per se. It's very Instagram organic kind of outreach. We don't. We've gotten people that be like, well, you don't advertise as much on different platforms or LinkedIn, and it's like Instagram is where I am, and that's where we put everything. And so if you find it, you find it.
Okay.
But surely enough, we have about 160 people, and we usually cap it at 200, and it's a week and a half, 2 weeks away from it. So like it just kind of gets around, and I think it's because we're providing this environment where people can just come without having to double check their title. Like there's a lot of like, oh, this is for tech, and so if you don't feel
if you're
like
not a tech bro,
then you feel like you're out of place.
And the underlying piece of it is like people tell their stories. It's a lot founders or professionals
professionals in their fields sharing their true to life experiences, how they got to where they are. Because I think that's huge to be able to say, I am a VP at this company, or I am a founder of this company. Like for a lot of us, it's a little bit different. Like everybody have different personal journeys that they have to kind of like navigate. And sharing that, being vulnerable to share like the true to life experiences of how you navigated the workplace or the entrepreneurial journey to share with others, that's very uplifting. And a lot of people undermine the ability to do that.
Yeah.
Like it takes a lot of effort and it takes a lot of humility to be able to share your story, knowing that in return it inspires another person to take action.
So on this video, and this is the last one, I always have bad posture, so I'm like very what we're trying to, I've been accused of being annoyingly optimistic and just focusing on the positive only. And so in the past dozen videos I've done, I've really tried to hold the space for a challenge in Portland and like where Portland shines. And we didn't talk about this before the video, so I'm putting you on the spot right now, but like how would you say that you navigate Portland with, like, you said you've learned to love it here, but like maybe give a specific example of like a challenge that Portland is going through right now, and then like where Portland is shining for you personally.
I think the challenge that I've had is get access to people. Even though it's small, it's a smaller city in comparison to other bigger ones, right? But there's still a challenge of like accessing certain individuals, and to me that has been shocking. For example, if I email someone and they give me like, I'm not available until 3 months later, or, you know what I mean? To me, I'm always, and I know people are busy, but I've always thought like, do you not have a water break? We could have 15-minute phone
yeah,
call or
yeah.
something. That's been a challenge for me. But I realized that, again, it goes back to what you make it. So like you have to earn that space. Because a lot of people have been taken advantage of. They share too much, or they want to help the community and they're being used. So I'm cognizant of that. So I pay attention to how even the corporate spaces here, they very transactional in terms of, hey, you run the mixer. We'll sponsor if you give us a space to talk in front of your audience. And it's like, so you want to engage a person that's not aware of you. There's a difference. There's a
versus
awareness
really
versus
relational.
engagement.
Yeah, you operate on a much more relational basis.
Relational, and create that awareness first. Let people know that you actually putting your sponsorship dollars into the community without anything, and then you get that trust, and vice versa. Then you can engage. You create that awareness, and then you can engage the person. But a lot of times you see a lot of people that are trying to do engagement for the sake of it, and it just doesn't work out in the end. And I think that translates to individuals as well. And so a lot of people are kind of cognizant of like, I don't want to be in this situation. I don't want to support you because I don't know what you do, and things of that nature. So it creates this almost like passive-aggressive relationships with people.
Yeah.
Like, oh man, how you doing?
Portland,
oh, that's
it's
great.
called Portland Nice.
That's what it
yeah,
is.
yeah,
Okay, because I'm always wondering, like, what is it that you smile in my face, you're like, I'm gonna support you, and then I send that email. Never return. It's just like.
All right. So let's end it on having like, what's your favorite thing about Portland?
The culture that I get to create for me.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm living in a space where I kind of get to create my day, so to speak. And I think long enough, because I've been living in this space, a lot of people kind of learn how to adjust to that.
Yeah.
And the community I've been able to cultivate allows me to feel like I'm living in Portland. I get to go camping for my first time in my life.
Nice.
Like, that's just kind of stuff that I would never do.
What'd you think? Are you hooked?
Yeah, it was amazing. I would love to do it again. It's coming from
Where'd
a
you
different
go?
perspective. I don't even remember. That's how much I don't care about that at the beginning. But now I'm starting to pay attention to those things. Yeah. Like I went skiing the other day with a group of black.
Oh yeah.
Black Men's Wellness or something like
At
that.
the end of March or something? Or
Yeah. It was amazing. Like I'm doing all these things that I don't
awesome.
think I'll be doing in my everyday life.
Yeah, that's great.
It's a beautiful thing.
Thank you for being with us.
Appreciate it.
you.
Means a lot.
Cheers. Yeah.
Thank you.